wait, I'm looking here, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Ceremony?
Just look at Miss Prima, it's totally fine.
Okay.
And
Sienna, at the end, just awkwardly smile at me for like 3 seconds so that way we can cut it. Just keep going.
Am I in the right position?
Yes, you are.
Okay. My name is Sofia Salvaggi, and I'm a part of the Grade 12 program at Sacred Heart. A highlight from the Global Leadership Distinction Program was the opportunity to engage with different people, cultures, and backgrounds. Being a part of this program has allowed me to broaden my understanding on what leadership is and that it goes beyond my own environment, and to recognize that leadership looks different across borders. Traveling and engaging with different communities has allowed me to experience firsthand the diverse perspectives and practices. Whether it was visiting cultural landmarks, museums, learning a new language, or partaking in volunteer work, these experiences have ultimately led to my interest in political science and law, and has made me reflect on my future role as a female leader.
Hello, my name is Jukumbura Shiniwa, and I am a grade 12 student at the Sacred Heart School of Montreal, and I am part of the STEM Leadership Program. Through this program, I was able to discover and develop new leadership skills. The program allowed me and my fellow scholars the opportunity to lead our very own STEM-related activity. The activity we led was the chess club. As co-president of the chess club, I was able to learn leadership skills like time management, conflict resolution, planning, and teamwork. This program taught me overall how to work under pressure, and that with guidance and perseverance, we're all surely able to thrive.
Hi, my name is Gabrielle Barbanel, and I'm in the Global Leadership Distinction Program. And through my experience in this program, it's allowed me to deeply reflect on what kind of leader I want to be. I participated in a summer service trip hosted by the Sacred Heart Network of Schools in New York City, which allowed me to step outside my comfort zone and come face to face with social justice issues. I volunteered at various nonprofit organizations and explored what the true meaning of service is through a Catholic and theological perspective. Through my trip, I came to understand that as a leader, it's not about leading with independence, but about living in solidarity with others. And in these last 5 years as service prefect, through leadership, I've learned to lead with a compassionate heart, and that leadership isn't about living in independence, but about solidarity with others. I've learned what true humility and compassion is.
Hi, I'm Maria, and I'm a Secondary 5 student. By completing the STEM Leadership Program, I discovered that I thrive when actively engaged within a community of like-minded learners. A defining experience was spending a week at Harvard as part of the HMS Med Science Clinical Program. Immersed in this dynamic environment, I collaborated closely with peers and mentors, which deepened my affection for hands-on learning and meaningful participation in a scientific community. This experience reinforced that my passion for STEM extends beyond individual interest. It is amplified through collaboration, shared inquiry, and intellectual challenge. I have come to understand that I grow most when I'm part of a community that exchanges ideas, pushes me to think critically, and fosters a spirit of collective learning.
Hi, my name is Grace Mayo. I'm a Secondary 5 student currently completing the Sacred Heart Scholars Distinction Program in the Global Leadership stream. Throughout the last year, I've truly been challenged by the various Global Leadership Program requirements, most notably the Global Language Studies portion. When I first found out about this section of the program, I knew I wanted to dedicate it to my Indigenous language, Kanien'kehá:ka. This was challenging for me because I wasn't really taught proper pronunciation or fluent understanding in school. I really only heard the language spoken by my family, friends, and peers. With this program, I was able to apply the current language skills I already have while also challenging myself to learn how to pronounce and understand more complex phrases. Another section of this program that has brought me a challenge was the Leadership in Co-Curricular Engagements portion. In January, I had the absolute honor to have been accepted to compete at one of the most prestigious Model United Nations conferences worldwide, the Harvard Conference in Boston. On top of the academic rigor, I was given the opportunity to work alongside delegates from around the world, who speak a different language, practice a different culture, and most importantly, have a different input on global affairs than I do.
Hi, my name is Elena Frappier-Temchev. Throughout the STEM Leadership Distinction Program, I found that the performance-based challenges tested me when I presented 2 projects at the Montreal Regional Science and Technology Fair. I also had the opportunity to travel to Hawaii, where I attended the International Conference on Education, where I presented a poster board on teenagers' relationships and their social media use. These experiences helped me learn and grow far beyond the classroom. This program helped me learn that I am far more resilient and adaptable than I once believed. There were moments where I faced challenges, but instead of giving up, I had to problem solve, think critically, and persevere.
My name is Cynthia, and one of the most meaningful parts of the STEM Distinction Program was listening to and learning from my peers. Being surrounded by students exploring fields from biology to engineering to mathematics deeply inspired me. It shows me how diverse and creative problem solving can be across different areas of STEM. This experience sparked my curiosity and strengthened my passion for STEM. Hearing from different viewpoints encouraged me to think beyond my original idea and to think new ideas. Especially as a president of the Math Club, where I am to build more creativity and discussion. This experience pushed me to stay curious and to take an active role in the STEM community.
Hi everyone, my name is Tan and I'm currently in grade 12. I am a member of STEM Scholar Distinction Program. Through leading the chess club as vice president, I learned that leadership in the STEM context is not just about sharing knowledge, but about creating opportunity for others to engage, think critically, and grow. One specific criterion I accomplished was organizing structured training sessions and preparing members for a tournament, which require both planning and collaboration with a faculty advisor. What I learned about myself is that I am capable of stepping into a leadership role while still remaining open to learning. Many members had more competitive experience than I did, and instead of feeling limited by that, I chose to learn from them and adapt my approach. This helped me become more confident, flexible, and reflective. Overall, this experience showed me that effective STEM leadership is about building a community where learning is shared and where both leader and members grow together.
My name is Mara and I'm in secondary 5. This year I had the privilege in joining the Global Distinction Program. This program allowed me to reflect on all my extracurricular activities, school projects, and school sports that I have participated in my 5 years at Sacred Heart. One of the main projects that I did in this Global Distinction Program was creating a Wix portfolio. This Wix portfolio allowed me to show what I'm capable of in school and in the workforce. What made this experience more valuable was to go beyond my comfort zone. I've always wanted to learn a new language, and I was able to learn Italian. Over the time, I always put it aside, but this program allowed me to get out of my comfort zone and build new skills.
Hi, my name is Alyssa McCoury, and I'm in the STEM Leadership Distinction Program. By completing this program, I learned how to manage my time better and become more independent. A specific criteria I'm especially proud of accomplishing is the STEM Excellence Pathway, where I successfully completed advanced level courses in physics, chemistry, and high-level math, including calculus. Balancing these demanding subjects as well as extracurricular activities, while also attending conferences and experiential trips, has helped me learn how to balance personal interests as well as school. A specific highlight for me was my trip to Iceland, where I learned how climate change is affecting the glaciers and our planet as a whole. Overall, this pathway has taught me that I'm capable of completing challenging STEM work while also staying focused, self-driven, and continuing my passion in health sciences.
Hi, I'm Victoria Lee and I'm in secondary 5 and I had the opportunity to join the Global Distinction Program. This past March, I went to Costa Rica on a service trip. My peers and I were immersed in a green experience where we planted sustainable coffee beans in a country that has a lot of unethical farming. This program truly taught me that
I am so fortunate in the life I live every day in Montreal. It taught me abilities of teamwork, communication, and global awareness. It also taught me that I can really make a difference in a country that has so little. Overall, I learned to step out of my comfort zone and learn new abilities.
Hi, my name is Avery Webster, and I'm a secondary 5 student enrolled in the STEM leadership program. In this program, one of the most significant challenges for me was stepping outside of my comfort zone. I'm pretty calm and quiet and reserved in the classroom and in my broader school experiences. But through this program, I was encouraged to step beyond those boundaries and welcome unfamiliar opportunities. One moment that stands out to me was teaching about DNA, one of my passions, to my biology peers and teacher. I would never have imagined myself doing this because I didn't have confidence, but now I'm glad I had this opportunity. Furthermore, I had the opportunity to go into a Harvard program, Med Science, in March break. Through this, I was able to collaborate with students from across the world and the country to help diagnose patients in patient care scenarios. Through this, I had to collaborate effectively and voice my concerns and my ideas so that we can collectively come up with one diagnosis. Overall, this program has played a key role in helping me develop my confidence, share my ideas, and step outside my comfort zone.
Hi, my name is Kira Rose, and I'm part of the STEM Scholars Distinction Program. Through this program, I was able to spend my March break in Bali taking care of turtles every day. This showed me that every act matters, no matter its size, especially in the long run. It also taught me to build my compassion since I was taking care of these unfortunate animals every day, which I had a big sense of responsibility for. This also helped me build my independence since I was on this trip alone, which will be extremely helpful for my future in STEM. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity, which was made possible through the Scholars Distinction Program.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Chen. I'm Secretary 5, and I'm currently in STEM Scholarship Program. One of the most significant challenges I encountered while preparing for this program was securing an opportunity for volunteering that aligned with the STEM community engagement criteria. This process required extensive research and persistent outreach in the school community. Despite these obstacles, the experience became an opportunity for growth, strengthening both my communication skills and problem-solving abilities. Rather than being discouraged, I remained determined and continued exploring alternative pathways. Ultimately, with the guidance from a teacher, I pursued an opportunity to tutor younger students in mathematics. This role proved to be both rewarding and rigorous, as it required me to develop structured lesson plans, adapt my teaching strategies to other learning styles, and clearly explain complex concepts. Through this experience, I further refined my leadership, instructional, and interpersonal skills while making a contribution to my school community. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sienna Capera, and I'm part of the Global Leadership Distinction Program. One of the biggest highlights of the Distinction Program for me was learning how to balance everything and while still pushing myself to grow. Throughout the program, I was managing school, sports, dance, work, and still making time for family and loved ones, and at times it felt like a lot. But that experience became a highlight because it showed me what I'm actually capable of when I stay focused and consistent. From this, I gained strong time management skills, discipline, and a lot of confidence in myself. I also developed leadership skills, especially in learning how to stay committed, set an example, and keep going even when things get challenging. Overall, this program did not just help me achieve something, it changed how I see myself.